Chapter Illusory People.
I'm talking about perfectly genuine people like those two young women, see? I pointed to two young women standing 5 or 6 meters from our bench. Anastasia's grandfather looked at them closely.
I think one of them, the one smoking, isn't genuine.
What do you mean, not genuine? I'll go up to her right now and do some harm to her rear end and you'll hear a plenty genuine howl or curse.
Vladimir, what you see before you right now is merely an image, one created by the postulates of the technocratic world. Look closely. The young woman is wearing uncomfortably high-heeled shoes that pinch. She's wearing those shoes only because someone else dictates the kind of shoes she should wear now. She has on a skirt made of a material that resembles leather, but isn't. It even harms the body, but she wears it, submitting to a dictate, creating the image it desires. Look, she's brightly made up and arrogant, outwardly independent, but only outwardly. Her whole appearance doesn't match the genuine her. The image dictated by other people's thoughts and shapes have jammed her genuine self. The illusion has no soul and blocks out the living soul. Her soul remains captive to this image.
You can say all you like about the soul, captivity, and the dictate of some image. The truth of it is hard to sort out.
I'm old now, and I can't keep up with your thoughts. I can't speak convincingly the way Anastasia can.
The old man sighed and added,
Will you let me try to show you?
Show me what?
I'm going to try to destroy the illusory non-living image just for a while, to free the young woman's soul. Observe closely.
Go ahead, I'll watch. The smoking young woman was haughtily telling her girlfriend something cruel. The old man observed them closely and intensely. When the young woman looked away from her girlfriend and fastened her gaze on a passerby, the old man's eyes followed her gaze. Then he stood up, gestured to me to follow him, and headed for the young woman. I followed him. The old man stopped 1/2 meter from the young woman and began to stare at the one smoking. She turned her head towards him, blew cigarette smoke in the old man's face, and said with some irritation,
What do you want, Granddad? Doing some begging, are you?
The old man sustained a pause, probably gathering his wits from the smoke cloaking his face, and said in a tender and calm tone,
Take the cigarette in your right hand, daughter. You need to try to hold it with your right hand.
The young woman obediently switched the cigarette to her right hand. But that wasn't the main thing. Her face suddenly changed completely. The haughtiness vanished. Everything in the young woman changed. Her face, her posture. She even spoke in a completely different tone of voice.
I'll try, Grandfather.
You should have a child, daughter.
It would be hard for me on my own.
He will come to you. Go and think about your hand, think about your baby, and he will come. Go, daughter, you must hurry.
I will.
The young woman took a few steps, then stopped, and turning to her girlfriend, called her in a calm voice, unlike her previous irritated one.
Come with me, Tanechka.
They left. That's really great. You could tame any woman that way, I said when we sat back down on the bench. Terrific. Just like some kind of super hypnosis. Mysticism.
It isn't hypnosis, Vladimir, and there's no mysticism to it whatsoever. This is simply paying close attention to the person. The person, not the artificial image that overshadows the genuine person. The real self responds immediately and gathers strength when people address it specifically and ignore the illusory image.
But how were you able to see the invisible person behind the visible image?
It's all very simple, I assure you. I merely observed a little. The young woman was holding the cigarette in her left hand. She searched for something in her purse with her left hand too. That means she's left-handed. And if a little child holds his spoon or does something else with his left hand, his parents tried to explain to him that he must do it with his right. She was happy with her parents. I realized that when she let her eyes linger on the man and woman walking along holding a little girl by the hands. So I said something to her that her parents might have said when she was a child. I tried to say it in the same tone and voice her parents might have used when she was little and direct, and still not covered up by an imposed image. She, that little girl, the genuine person, responded immediately.
But you talked about giving birth. What was that about?
She's pregnant. More than a month pregnant already. This child does not need an alien image. The little girl inside this young woman wants the child very much. So she and her illusory self are battling it out. Now the little girl will win.
Chapter: Why doesn't anyone see God?
Anastasia told me when she and I were in the taiga together that no one sees God because his thoughts work with such great speed and density. Makes me wonder why he doesn't slow them down so that people can look at him. The old man lifted his stick and pointed to a bicyclist riding by.
Look, Vladimir. The bicycle wheel is spinning. The wheel has spokes, but you don't see them. They're there, you know that, but the speed of revolution keeps you from seeing them. To put it another way, the speed of your thoughts and your visual perception won't let you see that. If the bicyclists were to go slower, you would see the wheel spokes blurred. If he stopped, you would see them clearly, but the bicyclist himself would fall. He would not reach his goal since he had stopped his movement, and all for the sake of what? So that you could see that they were there? But what does this give you? What does it change in you, around you? You would know for sure they were there, and that's all. The bicyclist could get up and continue his movement. But others would also want to see. For their sake, he would have to fall over and over. To what end?
Well, to be able to look at him just once.
What would you see? After all, the bicyclist lying on the ground would no longer be a bicyclist. You would have to use your imagination. When God changes his speed of thought, he is no longer God. Wouldn't it be better for you to learn to speed up your own thought? When you speak with someone who thinks very slowly, doesn't this irritate you? Isn't it torturous to slow down their thinking to match his?
You're right. To adjust to a fool, you have to become a fool yourself.
It's the same for God. For us to see him, he needs to slow his own thinking to our level to become like us. But when he does this and sends his sons, the crowd, gazing on them, says, "You're not God or the Son of God. You're a pretender. Either perform a miracle or you'll be crucified."
But why shouldn't a son of God perform a miracle, if only to get the unbelievers to leave him alone and not crucify him?
Unbelievers aren't convinced by miracles, they are tempted. They burn the Creator's miracles in bonfires, shouting, "We burn the works of the forces of darkness." Not only that, if you look around, God has created countless miracles. The sun rises, and in the night we have the moon. The bug in the grass is also miraculous after all, and the tree. Here we are, you and I, sitting under a tree. Who could invent a mechanism more perfect than this tree? It's just a particle of his thoughts, and there are materialized particles of thought, alive, moving about underfoot, flying above us in the blue, singing for us, caressing our body with a ray of warmth. They are his, they are all around, they are for us. But how many are incapable not just of seeing, but also of feeling and understanding? Not even perfectly, maybe only making use of it, but at any rate not distorting or destroying miraculous living creations. As for his sons, they have but one lot: to raise man's consciousness through their words, by slowing down their thought and daring to be incomprehensible.
But here Anastasia said merely uttering words will not raise man's consciousness to a significant level. I agree. Humanity has uttered many words, but what has come of it? There are more than enough unfortunate destinies around us, and we might see a disaster on earth.
That is quite correct. When words are not from the soul, when the threads connecting them to the soul are broken, words are empty, featureless, faceless. My granddaughter Anastasia has the ability to create images not only in each word, but also in the sound of each letter. Earthly teachers, his sons, alive and incarnate today, will acquire such power that the human spirit will beam over the darkness.
What do sons and teachers have to do with this? Only she has these abilities after all.
She has already begun passing them all out. After all, even you were able to write a book. Readers showered poems on the world, and new songs have been heard. Have you heard them?
Yes.
So you see, all this will be multiplied many times over in spiritual teachers if only they came in contact with the book. Where for you it may merely be words, they will feel living images, and the power will be multiplied in them.
They'll feel it, but I don't. Am I completely insensitive? Why did she talk with me then and not them?
You are not capable of distorting what you've heard, and you have nothing you might add. Writing is set out more clearly on a blank sheet, but even your thought will speed up too.
All right, say it does, so I don't lag behind the others. Basically, everything you're saying seems correct. Here in Russia, we have one religious leader. Followers call him their teacher. He told them, read the book about Anastasia. It will stir you, and many of them did buy the book.
So you see, he understood it, sensed it, and for that reason he could help Anastasia and you. Did you even thank him for his help?
I never met him.
You can say thank you with your soul.
Silently, you mean? Who's going to hear that?
He will hear with his soul.
There is one other nuance here, too. He spoke well about the book and also about Anastasia. But he said, I wasn't a real man. A real man did not meet with Anastasia. He said, I heard this myself on television and then read it in the newspaper.
And who do you think you are, Perfection?
Well, maybe not quite perfection.
Then there's no point taking offense. You should try to be a real man. My granddaughter will help you. Whoever love is capable of lifting will rise to the heights. Not everyone is fated even to contemplate such a thing. The Creator requires incredible speed of thought.
What speed does your thought operate at? It's not an ordeal to talk with me.
Everyone who leads a way of life like we do has a speed of thought that significantly exceeds that of people of the technocratic world. Our thought isn't slowed by constant concern over clothing, food and much else, but it is not an ordeal for me to talk to you because of my love for my granddaughter. She wanted it so much, and I'm happy to do at least something for her.
Is Anastasia's speed of thought the same as yours and your father's?
Anastasia's is faster.
How much faster? In what ratio? Say, how many minutes would it take you to think through what it takes her, say, 10 minutes?
To think through what she produces in a second takes us several months. This is why she sometimes seems illogical to us, as well as why she is completely alone. But we can't help her substantially because we don't always immediately understand the point of her actions. My father has stopped talking altogether. He keeps trying to match her speed so that he can help her. He is trying to make me do the same. But I'm not even trying. Papa believes this is out of laziness. But I love my granddaughter very much and simply have faith that she is doing everything correctly. I'm happy to do anything she might ask of me. And so I've come to see you.
Then how did Anastasia talk to me for 3 days?
We wondered too for a long time. After all, she might have gone out of her mind. Only recently did we understand. While talking with you, she did not stop her own thinking. On the contrary, she actually accelerated it and transformed it into images. Now, like your computer programs, they will be revealed to you and to those who read the book. They will be revealed and will speed up by leaps and bounds the movement of human thought, bringing them closer to God. When we understood this, we decided that by devising this, she had created a new law in the universe. Now it's clear, though, she was simply using a previously unknown capability of pure and sincere love. Love has remained the Creator's mystery. Yet she has revealed yet another great capacity and power of that love.
Does her speed of thought allow her to see God?
Hardly. She does live in the flesh, after all. God is in the flesh too, but only half of him. His flesh is all the people on earth. Anastasia, as a small particle of this flesh, sometimes grasps something. Occasionally achieving unthinkable speed of thought, she may sense it more than others do. But this happens for her for brief segments of time.
And what does it give her?
In a single instant she perceives truths, the essence of being, and a consciousness that wise men spend their whole lives trying to achieve, passing on and perfecting their teachings.
You mean she shares the knowledge of the lamas of the East and the wisdom of Buddha and Christ and knows yoga?
Yes. She knows more than has been said in the treaties that have come down to you, but she finds them lacking, since there is no harmony for all of us living on earth today, and the movement towards disaster continues. Therefore she constructs her inconceivable combinations. She says, enough of teaching people precepts, enough of tempting them with Adam and Eve's apple. We need to let them feel, yes, feel, what man sensed before, what he could and couldn't do.
You mean to tell me that she really might be able to do good for all people? If that's so, then when will this good begin?
It already has, only small shoots, but that is only so far.
Where are they? How are they to be seen or felt?
Ask those who read the book. They are in them. After all, she has evoked light thoughts in many that can no longer be denied. Many will tell you this. She did this with her signs. It's incredible, but it worked. And you yourself, Vladimir, think. What were you and what have you become? Vladimir, the model program is being revealed in you, and her soul is being revealed in people. The world in you is beginning to change as it changes the images around you. We cannot grasp it completely as she can. What lies on the surface and is manifest we can also sort out. What helps her bring about this reality remains a mystery. We could make an extra effort to solve it, of course, but I don't want to be distracted from the beautiful reality being born. The day's beautiful dawning must be admired. When you start trying to lay out why it is happening, you get, instead of enchantment, digging around, which leads to and changes nothing.
My goodness, it's all so unusual and so complex. Still, I was hoping that Anastasia was just a hermit, only unusually good and beautiful and a little naive.
I'm telling you, there is no need to dig around and rack your brains. If what I've said is too difficult, let her remain a beautiful and good hermit for you, since that is how she appeared to you. Others will see something else. You were given what you were given. Your consciousness is not ready to take in anything else, and this is fine. Try simply to admire the dawn if you can. That is the most important of all.
End of chapter. Join us for the next segment of Ringing Cedars of Russia, Book 2 of the Ringing Cedars series, The Dawn in Russia.